Yo, what's up guys? My name is Jeff, and I don't know how you found this video or how you found this channel, but welcome to my very first poker vlog. I decided to start a poker vlog because, I love playing poker, obviously, and I've always been interested in content creation. And actually, I live in Virginia Beach, Virginia, and a couple months ago I found out that we were getting a casino being built in Portsmouth, which is about a 30-minute drive from me. So I decided that I was going to try to take the game a little bit more seriously, try to actually learn it. I've been playing kind of as a hobby for, the past 10 years or so. Probably, once or twice a year I would go to Maryland Live with my buddy. And that was kind of the extent of, my poker. I just go a couple times a year, maybe win some, maybe lose some, probably about break even over the last 10 years or so, the handful of times that I've gone. So I figure with the casino opening within 30 minutes of my house, I want to try to learn. I want to try to get better and hopefully, document the process, and hopefully you guys can learn from a lot of my mistakes that I make. Maybe I get better. That's kind of like the ultimate goal from this. But yeah, so that's kind of a little bit about me. About a month ago, a little over a month ago, I found out about a local card room that I had no idea even existed. So I've been playing there a few times a week, trying to kind of get back into the game. It's been a lot of fun. And yeah, I'm hoping, I've recorded a few hands from there. That's what's going to be in this first video, just a couple hands. But yeah, I just pulled up to the card room here in Norfolk, and it's actually out of a old bingo center that they converted into a poker room. For now, right now I'm recording this in late December. The casino opens up, I think, mid-January. So this is the best I've got for now. It's actually a really cool room. They give you free food, free drinks. The only downside is that the rake is astronomical. It's $12 or 10% up to $12 per hand. But, they do give you free food and drink, and they've got quite a few different high hand promotions and stuff like that. So overall, it's pretty cool. Pretty small room. There's usually 3 or 4, maybe 5 tables running on a busy night. But yeah, let's go see how we do. All right, we sit down at a single $5 big blind game. Kind of plays a little bit between 1-3 and 2-5 in terms of stack sizes and just play style. So we sit down with about $600, and our first hand we pick up here is King Queen offsuit and under the gun +1. We have an under the gun raise in this hand of $15. This guy's pretty short stack. I think he's got about $130 behind. So not super worried there. I decided to just call with my King Queen offsuit, and then we get 4 more callers after that, including the small blind. And the flop comes King 3-6 with 2 diamonds, so we flop top pair, which is great. Initial raiser, he checks, and then we're 6 ways to this flop here, so I decide to put out a half-size pot bet of $45, thinking, maybe I can take it down here, get rid of a lot of worse hands, just basically kind of see where I'm at. And it folds around until the small blind decides to raise to $110, which immediately kind of set alarm bells going off in my head. Okay, this is a multi-way pot, a lot of people here, this guy decides to raise. And there are a couple of reasons why I ultimately did decide to call. He and I had just previously played a hand a few minutes before this where I stacked his kings with a set of 3s, so I think maybe he was trying to play back at me a little bit. He definitely could, in this situation here, have a set on this flop. He could also have flush draw, and I was thinking, even with our previous history, he could also be doing this with a weaker king than me. I didn't necessarily think he had ace king, because ace king doesn't really make a lot of sense to just flop out of to flat out of the small blind multi-way. So yeah, I'm kind of cautious here, but I decided to just peel one street and see what happens. I was the only guy that called the $110. Everyone else folded, and the turn comes the king of spades. So now I am either going down with the ship here if he's got a boat, or I'm in really good shape. So and then, without even thinking about it, he just instantly shoves in his last $240. And I'm kind of wondering, why in the world did I decide to start this YouTube channel? Because this is a gross spot, and I am probably just about to donate to this guy and look like the worst player on earth. But after thinking it through a little bit, I was thinking that, if he had a boat here, He thought I was on a flush draw. He would want me to keep drawing to that flush draw. I don't think you would just instantly ship your boat here if you had 3s or 6s. It just doesn't seem like a very smart thing to do. Like, he would want to keep me in. So then I was thinking, if he's got, he definitely could have a king here, and I think he could do this play with king jack, king 10, king 9, basically a whole bunch of kings that I beat. And maybe he's got like king 6 or something random like that, which that would just suck. But the more I thought about it, the more I thought that I was probably ahead here. And if I wasn't ahead, I still had some decent chance to maybe catch up to him if I hit. So I decided to put in the call, and the river comes a 3 of hearts, and opponent flips over 3 of diamonds, 8 of diamonds. So yeah, he had bottom pair with a baby flush draw, and he was just hammering it in. So luckily we were on the right side of this one, and yeah, we win a nice $790 pot. All right, the next hand we pick up are pocket 6s in middle position. We have a early position limper. I decided to pop it up to $15. Probably could have made it 20, but did 15 in this case. And we actually get 5 callers, including the original limper. So 6 ways to a flop, and the flop is great for me. It's 8-8-6 with 2 hearts. So basically flopping the nuts here. And since we're 6 ways, I decide to just bet it. Bet 55 into 90. This is such a draw heavy board, and since I can't really rep an 8 here as the early position-ish raiser, but then any one of the 5 callers could easily rep an 8, I decided to just blast 55 into 90, hoping that a flush draw comes along, 8 obviously comes along, straight draws can come along. So I was hoping to get a lot of callers, and I only got 1, which is kind of a bummer. But we head to the turn. We've got $200 in the pot, and the turn comes the king of diamonds. And it's kind of an interesting card here because it's basically a brick. So I decided to actually slow down and try to give my opponent a chance to catch up, or possibly just fire more into the pot here on the turn as a bluff. Or a semi-bluff with a flush draw or a straight draw. So after I check, the guy to my left, he also checks behind. And the river comes the ace of diamonds. So here I've got kind of a decision to make of, do I want to bet small, do a check raise, bet large? And I actually see a lot of value here in betting large. I think betting large accomplishes a lot of things. It can look like a bluff, so I can possibly, like if someone was on a flush draw with the king of hearts or the ace of hearts, they could pretty easily find a call there. And also I think any 8 would be like an automatic call against a large bet here, especially because I checked the turn. So it kind of looks like I'm on a draw. So I decide that there are a decent amount of hands that could call me here, maybe even a hero call like 10s or jacks, or maybe get hero calls from those. But anyway, I bet 150 into 200. Villain tanks for a bit and does end up folding. So I'm not really sure what he had there. Not sure if I really could have played it different, if a small bet would have maybe got a call, or if checking would have induced a bluff. Who knows? But either way, I'm happy to take down the pot. All right, I am gonna just stop at 2 hands. I'm still learning all this, and I just wanted to get something out. Let me know what you think about how I played them. Anything you would have done differently. Like I said before, I'm pretty new-ish to poker, or not new, but inexperienced, I would say. Probably like break-even, slightly winning player. But yeah, I'm just trying to learn and get better, and yeah. So let me know what you think. Thanks for watching the first one, guys. Peace.